following video, a young child is wide awake inside their crib, even though it's 3 in the morning. The footage was posted by the child's parents, who became very concerned after watching this footage. They hope that someone could explain what was captured. According to them, they had played with an Ouija board a few nights prior to this incident. Ever since then, strange and unexplainable things have been happening throughout their house. However, it's their baby that's been the most affected by it. Sometimes, their son would stare in an empty space, and then eventually, he would cry out of nowhere after staring at nothing for a long time. But then, on December 2nd of 2020, the strangest thing happened. It's 3 in the morning when their son wakes up. A few moments pass, and this is caught on camera. It's no wonder why the parents of this child were left totally spooked. An unsettling noise is heard inside the child's room. It kind of sounds like screeching or some kind of weird animal noise, but even more concerning is how it sounds very close to the young boy. But further adding to the strangeness is the camera glitches whenever the screech-like noise is heard, and the second time we hear it, a loud thud is heard that shakes the camera violently, almost as if whatever was making this sound was so powerful that it messes with the frequency of the camera. Now this could perhaps be someone who hacked into this camera and thus making these noises, but it still doesn't make sense that the camera shook when the loud banging noise occurred right after a screech. Whatever this was, according to mom and dad, was a paranormal entity that could be messing with their child. Now unfortunately, very little information is given on this footage as the original source is unknown, but regardless, what happened that night is something beyond creepy. As always, let me know what you think on this one. Just what exactly had occurred that night? On November 11th of 2020, a police officer is driving down a dirt trail in Kazakhstan in search of something that residents have been worried about. In this area, there have been countless reports of spotting a ghostly-looking woman in a white dress that lurks around this trail. There's been lots of talk about this supposed woman in the small village of Kankul, which is located in western Kazakhstan. One time, allegedly, the woman came across a freight truck and nearly caused an accident. Other stories from people mention the woman knocking on car windows and even appearing inside people's vehicles. So one night, the head of this village decided to perform a ritual in an attempt to get rid of the spirit. But this, unfortunately, didn't work. People of Kankul are still spotting this creepy woman. So now, a police officer is on duty to inspect this road that the woman is usually spotted on. He came here to see if this was all a prank and maybe to inspect how much alcohol is being produced per capita in this district. But to his surprise, as he drives down this road, he indeed comes across a woman in a white dress. Take a look. To the officer's shock, the woman was found. He waits patiently for the figure to show itself, but as soon as it turns around, it becomes clear that something beyond comprehension was spotted. So naturally, the officer drives away from this road as fast as he can. Clearly, this wasn't a human being, but rather something else entirely. It makes sense now as to why many residents fear this road. Something supernatural wanders it. After recording this video, this urban legend began appearing in headline after headline, and understandably so, because it's hard to make out what the officer encountered, but something about it indicates that it was anything but human. Although not much else is known about this story, this whole incident is by far the stuff of nightmares. As always, feel free to let me know your thoughts on this. Just what exactly was caught on camera? In this next video, a teenage girl named Caitlin is recording her bedroom door after hearing mysterious noises coming from inside her house. It's late at night, and Caitlin is all alone at home when all of a sudden, she captures something downright chilling. Now, after being involved in a pretty scary accident, Caitlin at the time had to stay home for a couple weeks until she recovered. But during her stay at home, she had no idea that she would encounter something that left her extremely terrified. As mentioned earlier, no one else is home when Caitlin captures this.
Oh my god.
Eerily, loud footsteps stomp up the stairs in a seemingly malicious manner when all of a sudden, the two doors open on their own at the exact same time. Naturally, Caitlin sits on her bed, completely spooked. This occurrence had left her unsettled throughout the whole night, but unbeknownst to her, this wouldn't be the only unsettling thing she records. The next night, something similar occurs while she's alone at home. Take a look. Just like the previous video, the same loud footsteps are heard when the same door opens slowly and closes all by itself, leaving Caitlin in total disbelief. These two occurrences have led viewers to believe that something paranormal was present in her house. Now, Caitlin hasn't talked about this or the previous incident. She's probably trying to forget about what happened on those nights, as what she caught left her shaken up for a few weeks. To this day, she has no explanation for what happened in those clips, but until she brings it up, it'll continue to remain inconclusive. When it comes to videos involving dolls, they usually tend to be really creepy. That being said, this next clip is just as unsettling. In the following video, two ghost hunters from Mexico are exploring a cemetery that supposedly is the most haunted graveyard in the city. It's unknown as to where exactly the cemetery is at, but although its location is undisclosed, what the two men capture is without a doubt scary. On this night, Lalo Escalante and his friend arrive at the cemetery and immediately notice something odd. Inside one grave stands a life-size doll that looks pretty creepy to say the least. But as they walk by this grave in an attempt to call out any spirits nearby, the following is caught on camera. Take a look.
¿Quién está aquí con nosotros? Queremos verte. Queremos que te manifiestes. Osvaldo, la puerta, mira, güey. Puerta, güey. Mira, güey, se abrió. Güey. Ay, la madre. Estoy cagado, güey. Estoy que le recagado, güey. Esta madre estaba cerrada, cabrón. Esta madre estaba cerrada, amigos. Estaba así. Mira. No mames. Esto se abrió sola, cabrón. No mames. La muñeca se movió, Chicho. Chicho se movió, güey, la muñeca, güey. La madre, güey. La madre, güey. Se movió la muñeca, güey. Ay, güey. A la vida.
Out of nowhere, the door to the gravesite opens all by itself. Lalo notices this and immediately points this out to his friend. They could have sworn that something paranormal had done this. But then, the doll eerily moves on its own. It appears to tilt its head towards the camera, as if it knew it was being recorded. It does this out of nowhere and seemingly scrutinizes Lalo, who jumps up in fear upon seeing this doll come to life. It definitely did this by itself, along with the door opening a few seconds prior. Not much else is known about Lalo's video, as the exact location of the cemetery is unknown, but after seeing this footage, there's definitely no need for an address. In this next video, a Reddit user is alone at his aunt's house when he notices something really creepy being recorded on a baby monitor placed inside a room. His aunt's house isn't thought to be haunted, so what was captured totally caught him by surprise. Along with his Reddit submission, he writes in his own words, "Tell me I'm not the only one who sees it. I'm house sitting for my aunt who is out of town and I'm kind of freaking out right now." This is what the man caught. Take a look.
I don't know if I'm seeing shit or tripping, but check this out. So this is my aunt's son's room, right? There's no one in here, right? Nothing. Closet. Nothing. Got a nanny camera in here. Alright, now tell me, right on the monitor here, tell me that doesn't look like someone standing in the room. Like, I've checked, like, went back and forth 3 times, and So, okay, nothing, right? Like, what the
It now becomes clear as to why the man appears to be shaken up in this video. As he shows us, a shadow-like figure is seen by the desk of this room. Based on its size, it looks like the silhouette of a small child is being shown. Now, some viewers have ruled this out as a random shadow that's being cast by something, but if we look closer at the monitor's point of view, we can see the shadowy figure is obstructing the view of the orange toy lying on the table, and it also appears to be blocking part of the desk with what seems to be its head. This has led the man to believe that whatever this was is a solid figure.
I do not want to go back in there. You have an idea? Put this, like, right here. And put this right here. Alright. Okay, I saw a ball in the other room. I'm gonna go grab it. Okay. Make sure it's clear. Okay, alright. There is definitely something in there. I
Now it's worth noting that the camera isn't able to save pre-recordings of footage, so whatever this was, it was there in real time. This is also made clear when the man attempts to throw a ball at it. Seeing that the camera is actually functioning and recording live, he panics. So then, just what exactly was caught on camera? Had something paranormal been captured by the man? Or could this all be explained by something else? Feel free to share your thoughts on this one. Now the exact source of the following clip is unknown. It was shown to me by a friend of mine who found it on a YouTube channel who reposts creepy videos. However, even without a source though, the footage is still terrifying on its own. It starts off with a man who seems to have woken up in the middle of the night to the sounds of tapping coming from under his bed. So he gets his phone and takes a closer look. But then, this happens.
Se escucha algo debajo de la cama.
Without warning, the face of someone or something pops into view under the man's bed. Its sudden appearance was enough to leave the man completely terrified. Like something straight out of a horror movie, the face comes out of nowhere, as earlier, when the man pans the camera under his bed, nothing is there. Or so he thought. Whatever this was remains a total mystery, but real or not, the unexpected appearance of this ghoulish face is the stuff of nightmares. On Halloween night, a local bakery is giving out candy and other treats for kids. It's Halloween of 2024, and the bakers are preparing and giving out sweets for people who stop by. However, there's one person who stands out in this video, and it's this kid right here. He appears to be standing still while looking at something that caught his eye. In the beginning of the video, he says, "Look it," proving that something indeed caught his attention. He even points at whatever it is that he's apparently seeing. But it's not the boy's behavior that's the creepy part of this video. Instead, it's something else entirely that happens, and it occurs right after he says, "Look it." This is what was caught. It appears that something eerily pushed the kid. He even walks a few inches forward and stops in his tracks as if something was blocking his path. He continues to stare at something throughout the whole clip without looking away. But then, this happens. Many viewers have left comments saying that something invisible might have pushed the boy. It doesn't look like any of the other kids ahead of him had done this, and it even makes more sense that the child points at something. So then, did something actually push the boy? Or was something else caught on camera? As with most videos, I'll let you come up with your own conclusions. But for now, this video remains a mystery. Now the following video was posted on Instagram where an owner of a small store is working during the late hours of the night. The footage takes place in a city in Yemen, and in it, the store owner caught something really creepy on camera. While he's inside his shop, a woman walked in. But as many viewers believe, there's something that's definitely off about this woman. The description of the video claims that her hands look abnormal, her voice changes at one point which scares the store owner, and her face looks extremely pale. So, pay close attention to this woman and see if you can spot these descriptors. This is what was caught.
خلاص ولا حاجة. طيب حالك. حوامك.
من مات عليك؟
ها؟
من مات عليك؟
ولا واحد. حوامك.
أشيل زلط.
ما بشتغل، ما عاد مزوج هاي. يا والله ما. طيب. طيب حالك.
Now the first thing that you may have spotted unusual was her pale skin. But as if her complexion wasn't creepy enough, her voice indeed changes at one point, startling the man behind the counter. Now you may have missed it the first time, so here it is again. Listen closely. The other thing mentioned was her hands, and if you pause the clip at the right time, you can see that they definitely look odd with the camera's quality. It looks like the woman has extremely long fingers. For these reasons, many viewers believe that this could have been an evil entity pretending to be a person. They seem to be non-human, given the unusual physical qualities they have. From the sudden voice change to the weird questions like asking who passed away and why they used the Quran, a religious Islamic text, viewers couldn't agree more that this so-called person was something unholy. But like with all videos, I'll let you be the judge. Just who or what exactly had come to visit the man during the nighttime? Let me know your thoughts on this one. If you caught something creepy on camera, or if you saw any creepy videos online that you'd like me to check out and feature in the next compilation, you can send them over to dumbdexter222@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the video. Now this last video is pretty short, but it's perfect to close off the Halloween season. The following video comes from John Vasquez, who had set up a camera in the middle of the woods. He did this to capture any wildlife on camera, as he enjoys doing so. One night, he caught a deer that came pretty close to the camera, so he looks at the footage. However, the deer wasn't the only thing that caught his attention. Something else was caught on camera, and John has no idea what it is. This is what he saw.
What the is that? That is creepy.
Out of nowhere, this is spotted. It's personally hard to describe whatever this was, but it definitely looks like something out of this world. Even the deer appears to spot it, as it quickly looks behind when the figure passes by. Understandably, John was completely spooked. He has no idea what this was, as there's not a very good way to describe this figure. It's simply just impossible to explain or identify. To this day, John is freaked out by this footage, but until he makes an update about what he captured, this video remains a mystery. Just what exactly did John catch on camera? Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, be sure to check out my official music channel. That being said, until next time.